Hello, West Math 6 peeps. We hope that this finds you well. Today we're going to be doing the study guide that will be preparing us for our assessment on Unit 3A, Equations, Modeling, and Expressions. So we're going to start with the first section. And number 1 says, which of the following represents an expression? Okay, let's remember that expressions has a variable, an operation, and then some type of rational number. It does not have an equal sign. So we're going to read number 1, Roman numeral. 3 points more than Roman. 3 points more than Roman. 3 plus R. Roman numeral 2. Twice as many jelly beans as Cynthia. Twice as many jelly beans. 2 times C. Lydia ran 1.5 miles more than Wally. Those are all expressions. Roman numeral 4. Mickey is, so Mickey is 4 inches taller or shorter than Lucas. Shorter than Lucas. So 4 inches shorter than Lucas, so I actually should do this. 4 inches shorter than Lucas. So 4 would be an equation. So your answer would be Roman numeral 1, 2, and 3, so that means your answer is D. Megan tries to convince her classmate Fiona, that 2x plus 3 represents an expression. Well, we know that's not true because there's an equal sign. So let's look at our answer choices. Megan is correct. We know Megan's not correct. Fiona is correct because equations always contain an equal sign. Possibility. Both girls are correct. Both girls are not correct. Neither girls are correct. No. Your answer is B. 3. Which of the following does not represent an equation? So it does not represent an equation. So it's not going to have an equal sign. 2 times a number is 6. That's an equation. B has an equal sign and D has an equal sign. So let's look at C. 6 years older than Mike. This is an expression. That word not is telling us it cannot be an equation. They're looking for an expression. Number 4. On a spelling test, Carlos had to spell 25 words. He earned 4 points for every word he spelled correctly. Which equation can we use to find P, the total number of points? So we know he had words. How many points did he get? And he got 4 points per word. Okay, when you see, so your answer is C. And I'm looking for code words in here. 4 points for every word. That's telling me to multiply. Okay, don't let this word total make you think that you're adding. Okay. Okay, number 5. On Saturday, Ricardo drank a total of 40 fluid ounces of water. If he drank M fluid ounces of water that morning, which equation can be used to find N, the number of ounces of water he drank the rest of the day? So we know that N is equaling your total. We're totally finding for N. And all of these are solving for N, if you note that. Okay, they're all solving for N. and he drank a total of 40 and we want to figure out the M. We know that you want to, okay, and so we're going to subtract to figure out how many fluid ounces he drank the rest of the day if his total was 40. So your answer is going to be A. At a movie theater, adult tickets cost $10. And children's tickets cost $6. Which equation can be used to find the total number of dollars a family of K and a children of 5 would pay for the movie tickets? So we know the price for each ticket, okay? But we don't know how many adults are going. So it's going to be 10 times K plus, how many kids do we have? 5. 5 times 8 would equal our total number of, let's say, we'll do M for money. They did S. So 10 times K plus, oops, I wrote 8, and I should have written, my eyes are messing with me. I should have written 6. Okay. 10 times K plus 5 times 6. The only option you have there would be you're adding, so it's not D. Okay, we're not adding 10 and 6. Okay, B is multiplying, but it's saying 6 times K and 10 times 5. They flipped the cost of the money for adults and children. So your answer is A. Number 7. 72 people signed up for the soccer league. I'm going to write 72. After the players were evenly divided into teams, there were 6 teams. So we had a total of 6 teams. We started with 72 people. So what did we divide that by to get 6? Okay. You could also do 6 times to equal 72. Okay, that is our first section. Now we are going to solve and graph the following equations, okay? It's very important that you show your work. We're grading the process. We're not grading the answer. You must show all the work that we are showing here. I'm going to draw my line to separate. I'm going to locate my variable, which is on the left-hand side. It's dividing 2.5. The opposite of dividing is multiplying 2.5 on each side of the equation. This will cancel out, leaving me x is equal to 15 times 2.5. 5 times 5 is 5, or 25, carry your 2, 5, 5, 7, 0. Okay, I have 37, move my decimal over, move it back in. My answer is 37.5. is your answer. Now we're going to check it. The value of x you're going to substitute it in is 37.5 divided by 2.5 equals 15. Okay, now we need to check that. $37.5 divided by 2.5. You move your decimal over once in the divisor, you move it over in the dividend. 25 will go into 37 one time. When you subtract that out, you get 125. 25 will go into 125 5 times. So 15 matches up. We have checked our answer. Now you're going to graph it. When you graph an equation, you are graphing one solution. Our solution is 37.5. You have one location. Here I could say 38, and here I could say 37. To prove that's where 37.5 would fall. Next one, 4 times x equals negative 32. The opposite of multiplying is dividing both sides by 4. X is equal to negative 8. Substitute that in. 4 times negative 8 is equal to 32. It matches up. Great. So we know that our answer is negative 8. And I'm going to put, and now when you're doing the negatives, remember the 7 is going to be closer, negative 7 is going to be closer to 0, so it's on the right-hand side. In 7th grade, you will be doing problems that are more like number 8. You'll have negatives numbers, and you'll be dealing with rational numbers. We understand that you can solve number 9 kind of by looking at it, but you have to show your work. It will help with training yourself to understand the process. Okay, negative 38 would be positive 38 on both sides of the equation. That cancels out. R is equal to negative 9 plus 38. If you do your T-chart, I have a negative and a positive. So that means I'm going to subtract that out. 39 minus 9, or 38 minus 9 is 29. And 38 has a higher absolute value, so it's going to be a positive 29. I'm going to substitute that in. 29 minus 38 equals negative 9. And that makes sense. That is reasonable. 29. And now I'm going to show, oh look, I could do increments of 10. 39, and then that could be 19. Okay, here these are a little bit different. It says determine whether the given value is a solution for the equation. Determine means to solve. They've given you the value. The value of y is negative 8 in this problem. And we need to see, is negative 8 a true solution, a true answer for this equation? So we're going to substitute the value in for y. Negative 8 is the value of y divided by 4. Does that equal negative 32? No, this is not a true solution. So that would be no, and I put a line through my equal sign. Those do not balance each other out. That is not a true solution. Next, determine whether the given value is a solution. We're going to do the same thing. They've given you the value of n is 5. So 11 equals n. Oh, I need to plug in my... The value of 5 is n plus 6. Does 5 plus 6 equal 11? Yes, that is a true solution. Yes. They are equal. Determine whether the given value is a solution of the equation. So y is our given value. Y is equal to 18. So 18 minus 6 equals 24. Is that a true solution? No. 18 minus 6 does not equal 24. So that would be no. Determine whether the given value is a solution of the equation. They have given us the value x is equal to negative 14. So I'm going to plug that in. 9 more than a number is equal to negative 5. So they wrote that out in word form, and now I'm going to substitute in my negative 14. 9 plus negative 14 equals negative 5. Is that a true solution? Let's do a T-chart. Negative 14. The signs are different, so we're going to subtract, and we do get 5. And then 14 has a higher absolute value, so this is yes. That is a yes. Nope. Okay. Okay, let me check really quick to see if I skipped one. I feel like I skipped one. Okay, lastly, we are going to be modeling equations. We are giving you a model and you're choosing either the correct equation or you had solved for it. The 6 cans on the balance below are of equal masses. So they're referring to these 6 cans right here and this 1 can. If 5 of them are put on in one pan of the balance scale and there is 1 can on the other mass, and then you have 100 grams, here's your 100 grams right here. In the other pan, the pans balance each other out. What is the mass of this can? If you look at the value of x's here, okay, could 106 be the value of x? That means we would have 5 groups of 106 over here, right, on the right-hand side, so that would be over 500, and then you would add 1 more 100. That would not balance out. 75. 5 groups is 75. 75 times 5. That would be 375. And then if you add 100 plus 75 on the left-hand side, that is not going to even out. Okay, if you put in 50, that means the left side would be 150. And then 5 times 50 would be 250. That does not balance out. So let's look at 25. If you did 25 plus 100, that would be 125 is equal to 5 groups of 25 is 125. So your answer is D. On the assessment, you will be responsible for choosing the equation. This answer, this one it's a good problem to practice, but we're not going to have you actually solving a problem like this. Okay, it says we have used the model to determine which of the following answer choices represents the weight of the squares. So the squares would be the variables. So we have 2 variables, so that would be 2x plus 15, so 2x is your coefficient, and 15 ounces is your constant, is equal to 25.9. Now, if we solve this, and if y'all look at this, you can look at your answer choices, and you can eliminate some that would not make sense. If you're going to say 2 groups of something and then add it to 15, and it has to equal 25.9, you can automatically eliminate 30, right? And you could eliminate 15 because 2 groups of 15 would be higher than 30. They're wanting you to be able to process and think that way. So I'm going to minus 15 from both sides. So I get 2x is equal to 10.9, and then when I solve that, 2x, x is equal to, if I cut 10.9 in half, look at your answer choices, what are you going to get? You're going to get 5 45 hundredths of an ounce. 17, write an equation for the model below. This is a part to whole box, and when you see the total right here, a total of 22. So it is 22, okay? And we're adding these two numbers together. So x plus 5 is 22. All it's asking you to do is to write an equation. You do not have to solve this. What equation best represents this model? Okay, let's look at the left-hand side. Our variables, we have 2 x's, right? We have 2x. This is going to be equal to, and how many units do we have? We have a plus 4. Over here we have 3 variables, so that would be 3r, and we have plus 4 units. So we have 4 positive units that we're adding for everything on each side. So we can eliminate C, and let's look at A. 3x, we have a 2x and a 3r, so it should be a 2x. Okay, plus 3, 4x. Here they applied the coefficient and the constant. They mixed those up. You can flip the 2x and the 4x because of the commutative property. They can change order. So even though we wrote down 4x plus 2x, it doesn't matter. If I put these two variables in front of the units, it's not going to change the balance. So 2x plus 4x equals 3r plus 4. Okay, great job. Y'all can review this as needed, okay? This study guide is a little bit more challenging than the actual assessment. The most important thing is that y'all show us your work. So when you are doing the assessment, you're going to print out or you can print it out or you're going to do it in Notability. Show us all the work that you know. Because if you give us some partial credit, say you get the answer wrong, right? The solution, but we go back and look at your work and you had majority of the process correct, you'll get partial credit. So we need to see what you know, okay? Please let us know if you have any questions. Bye.